go. Right, so let's get ourselves seated, and we'll move from a seated position first. So find yourself sitting down nice and comfortably. Hope you'll set that one up about right. Let's just aim it down a little bit. There we go, perfect. So find yourself sitting nice and comfortably, top of the mat, spine tall, crown lift. Take a moment to breathe, take a moment to soften, take a moment to perhaps just set yourself some positive type intention for the practice. And then allow those eyes to close if they haven't already. Begin to breathe into the lower ribs. And to feel your body moving just purely through your breath. Just taking a few moments to breathe before we get moving. Just 2 more breaths. And then let's inhale. Draw the arms up towards the sky, reaching those palms up, pushing them away, side bending to the right. Feeling that spine click and crack its way open. Come back up on the inhale. Exhale, side bending left. And then coming back up. Exhale, round your spine and push your palms forward as far away from you as you can. And then roll down on towards your back. Hug the knees. Roll straight back up and push those hands forward again. Inhale, arms up. Go one more time in all of those directions. Side bending right. Keep your left bum cheek grounded. Inhale up. Side bending left. Inhale up. Exhale, round the spine. Push those hands away, round your spine. Try and tuck your bum under here and notice it just leads you to roll on towards your back. Roll yourself back up towards the front. Hands behind your back. Untuck your legs. Push your hips up to the sky. Find your reverse tabletop. Stretch the fronts of the shoulders and just begin to roll around your wrists. And then just lower your bum towards your hands, but don't let it touch. So we're now just in this hovered position. Just an inch off the floor of the bum. As you inhale, we're going to pull the right knee up to the sky as we lift the hips tall. Exhale, come back down, hover that bum. Inhale, lift the left knee up. Keep squeezing that right bum cheek on. Exhale, hover back down. One more time, right knee. And down. left knee, and down. Sink your bum down to the floor, hands another kind of few inches back behind you, and you're going to cross your right foot onto your left thigh, lifting the chest, just warming our legs up before we get moving and started. The harder it will be, but you can move your hands closer in towards your bum, moving your chest closer towards your thigh, if that would be something you want to do. And perhaps again, you can then just lift your bum an inch off the floor. And then again, we'll inhale, lift those hips up, almost into like a half lotus, half pigeon thing. Come back down, bum to the floor, uncross that leg, hook the other foot up, same on this side. So again, start with the hands further back, it's more accessible, slightly easier on your leg, then begin to walk your hands in. Once you kind of feel like you've gone as far as you can, perhaps then we inhale, lift the bum an inch off the floor, hover and hold, keep trying to pull your toes back towards your knee, and then push those hips up. And then again, come back down to hover an inch, drop your bum, uncross those legs. Push your way forward into your variation of a squat pose, Malasana. Again, it could be on the balls of your feet, it could be flat-footed. And then inhale, push your hips up to the sky, straightening those legs out, pedaling your hips around. Just begin to move your spine around as you do that as well, just exploring the whole gamut of movements that you might have here. Inhale, let's sweep the hands back up over the head. Exhale, sink down into squat, into a chair pose even, which is kind of a squat. And then rise up onto the toes. Lean your belly towards your thighs, arms forward, hands down to the floor. Step the right foot back, drop the right knee down. Inhale, arms lift up, so we get moving. Exhale, hands down to the floor. Be on the toenails of the back foot if it's possible. Step back and hover your left foot off the floor so you've got a three-pronged plank. Use your knees if you need to. If you can, keep the left foot hovering. Come down, push back to the top, left foot to the floor, roll back to down dog. Funkier version of a chaturanga there. Right leg lifts to the sky. Step the right foot through between your hands. Inhale, reach the arms up towards the sky, the ceiling, whatever is above you. Bend your left knee down towards the floor. Hands down to the ground. Half splits this time rather than stepping back. Come forward. Belly and thighs touching. Lift your back thigh. Step your left foot forward into that standing position. Lift the arms forward. Rise up onto the toes. Heels lifted. Rising to stand still on the balls of the feet if you can. Heels to the floor. Arms come down. Inhale. Arms lift up. Look towards your thumb. Exhale. Swan dive down. Sink your hips down. Inhale. Arms rise up. And then let's rise up onto the toes. Belly to thighs. Hands to the floor. Left foot steps back to the back of the mat. We drop that left knee to the floor. We sweep the arms up for that low lunge. So you're on the toenails of the back foot. Remember, exhale, hands down to the floor. Can you stay with toenails down? If you need to untuck them, of course do. Step the right foot back into that plank. Come down through chaturanga. Push back to the top. Roll yourself back into downward facing dog at this time. And then begin to explore your whole body there. Inhale, sweep that left leg up to the sky. Pull that left knee through, step it between your hands. Inhale, draw the arms up to the sky. Wobbly fall makes it more challenging. Woo. Again, try and straighten your back knee as best you can, and then slowly lower your right knee, your back knee to the floor, hands come down, half splits. Gently roll back and try and feel that left knee straighten. Come forward, lift the back knee, step your right foot to the front, sink down to chair pose, arms sweep tall, rise onto the toes. Inhale, push tall to stand, hands come down. Inhale, rise the arms back up. Exhale, sink those hips back down, building on where we were, rise to the toes. Belly to thighs, lean forward. Hands down, heels down, lift the bum. Slide your right foot back. That high lunge there. Adding on this time, lifting the arms up like we do on the return. Exhale, drop the right knee down. Right elbow crosses left knee. Twist. You're going to tuck your back toes under, and you're going to try to lift your back knee off the floor just for some balance, and then drop it back down. Inhale, sweep the right hand forward, left hand back and up to the sky. Feeling that stretch down the front of your right hip. Exhale, right hand to the floor, left hand to the sky. Exhale, left hand down to the floor. So again, toenails are on the ground. You're going to try to slide your left foot back, hovering it off the floor. Come down through chaturanga, push back to the top. Roll over the toes, find downward facing dog. Lower your elbows so they nearly touch the floor. So you're just bending your elbows to the best degree that you can. Perhaps it's a long way, perhaps it's not. So they're not touching, they're just moving towards it. Now they straighten. Right leg lifts to the sky. We step the right foot through between our hands. Sink the hips low. Arms rise up. Exhale, lower your left knee down to the floor. Hands come down. Half splits. Roll yourself back to that half split. But this time I want you to walk both hands to the outside of your right leg and shift your pelvis to the right a few inches if you can, giving you a bigger stretch down the outside. Coming forward, roll back to the front. Lift your back knee. Your belly, your thighs stay touching. We step the left foot up to meet it. The bum stays low. Arms rise forward. Rise up onto the toes. Push to stand. And then heels come down. Inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, sink those hips back down in towards that squat pose, that chair pose. And then roll up onto the toes. And then lean forward, belly to thighs. Heels to the floor, hips to the sky. Slide your left foot back. Find your belly and thighs still connected, and this time we reach the arms up again. Finding our high lunge. Keep trying to straighten your back leg to the best of your ability. Then we slowly bend and drop that left knee to the ground. This time the left elbow crosses the right leg. Find that twist. Again, challenge yourself if you would like by having the toes tucked, lifting the back knee. How easy is that? How difficult is that? Drop the back knee. Sweep your left hand forward, right hand back. Left hand to the sky, right hand down. For that additional little stretch in your front left leg. And then exhale, left hand down to the floor, right hand over the head. Exhale, right hand down to the floor. So your back toes, again, trying to be on the toenail if possible. We're going to lift and step back to three-legged plank pose. Again, if you want to put your right foot on the floor because it's too challenging, do. If you want to put your knee on the floor, please do. Come down through a push-up, push back to the top, roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Turbo dog. This is where we bend those elbows. You feel your whole back light up. You feel your arms light up. You feel your whole body light up. And then straightening those arms again. Left leg lifts towards the sky. Stepping that left foot through up to the front of the mat. Try and keep that back knee lifted for now. Inhale, arms rise. And then we slowly again bend that left knee down to the floor. Hands come down, half splits. Roll back to half split pose. And again, walk your hands outside your left leg. Feel that stretch down the outside. And then come back through towards the front. Lean yourself forward. Belly and thighs are connected. They stay connected. We lift the back leg. We step the right foot to the front. We sink our hips. We lift our arms. We rise to the toes. Then we push. Then we relax. So same exact thing again, but we're going to throw in opportunities to work on that crow. And by the crow I mean arms outside the legs, trying to grip the legs trying to grip the arms. So inhale, arms lift up. Exhale, sink your hips down into that squat. Rise up onto the toes. Belly and thighs touch. Hands to the floor. Try to now let your legs go outside your arms. Keep your bum low and just try to sit onto your arms with your thighs. Feet lift an inch off the floor perhaps. And then again, we pop our feet straight back down. That's all you're going to do. We're not going to try and challenge it too much. The right foot goes back behind us. Sink those hips down, belly and thighs stay touching. Inhale, arms lift up. Sink your hips lower and then slowly drop that back knee down. Right elbow crosses left leg. We twist. And again, for the challenge, if you want, tuck your toes, lift your back knee. Feel that height. Feel that balance. This time without dropping the back knee unless your back knee is still on the floor. This is just the additional challenge. If you want it, the left arm goes back, the right hand goes up. We feel that stretch in that front leg, then we bend it and drop the right knee to the floor. Exhale, right hand inside left foot, left hand up to the sky. Bend your back knee in towards your bum. The only additional little thing apart from the crows that we're adding, perhaps you can reach your foot, perhaps you can't. Neither is good nor bad. Just where we're at today. And then I just want you to sway left and right. You'll feel different amounts of stretch through your front, through the front of your back leg. And then let that foot go. So again, belly and thighs are touching, toenails are tucked. And you're going to just try and step back to that three-legged plank. And again, of course, have both feet on the floor, have your knees on the floor. But come down through a push-up. Push back to the top. Roll back to downward facing dog. Pedal and shake yourself around again. And then we'll take the option, if you want to, of bending the elbows in towards our turbo dog. And then straighten the arms. Right leg lifts up to the sky. Pull that right knee through. up to the front of the mat. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Bend your back knee some more. Slowly, 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 slowly control it down to the floor. Hands come down to the earth. Straighten your front leg. And then walk your hands over towards the right. Come back out. Walk your hands forward. So belly to thigh. Lift your back knee. You can use even a bit of momentum to rock yourself and push your left foot to the front. Your belly and thighs are still touching. You're going to lift up onto the toes. Try and find the hands flat as you slide your knees outside the line of your elbows, bending the elbows. Try to rest your thighs onto your arms, your inner thighs onto your arms. Try and hover a foot perhaps, and then relax, feet to the floor. Bend those knees, sweep the arms up, rise up onto the toes, and then push tall, hands come down. One more time through all of that. Take a moment just to rest, to find your breath. And then inhale, let's draw the arms up. Exhale, folding down over your legs. Sink your hips down. Inhale, arms rise up. Crow pose option again. You don't have to do it. Rise towards your toes. Belly to thighs, hands down to the floor. Slide your knees outside the line of your triceps. Try to rest the thigh onto the triceps. The more you bend the arms, the more you have a shelf to rest on. Toes to the floor. Lift your hips to the sky. Slide your left foot back behind you. Sink your hips down. Inhale, arms rise up. Reaching nice and tall. Exhale, slowly now. Bend your knee down, 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 touching the ground. Left elbow crosses right knee, and we twist to the right. We have the option, perhaps, to lift the knee here. So again, if you want the option, you lift it. And then if you want to hang out here and we want to do the next option, you can. If you need to drop your back knee, you do that. Keep trying to straighten your knee. Right hand behind you, left hand up to the sky. Sink those hips a little bit lower, keeping the back knee straight. Then slowly bending that back knee down to the floor. Hands down into the earth. Right hand sweeps up towards the sky, finding that little rotation again. The option, if you want it, is to bend that back knee. See if you can grab hold of your left foot with your right hand. And then slowly releasing that foot. Right foot back down onto the floor. Again, ideally toenails, but that's an option. From there, we're going to push in towards our hands. We're going to slide the right foot back, hovering it off the floor. Put it on the floor if you need to. Come down through a push-up. Push back to the top. Roll over the toes downward, facing dog. Slowly begin to lower your arms down towards the earth. Perhaps you even bend your knees as well. Perhaps you walk your feet in an inch or two. It's the last one after all. We can try and make it a little bit more challenging. And then perhaps we walk the feet back. Straighten those elbows, find your down dog. Left leg lifts up to the sky. Pull that left foot through, up between your hands. Belly and thighs touch. Drop your hips lower. Keep your back knee straight. Inhale, arms rise up to the sky. And then slowly lower your right knee to the earth. Hands come down to the floor. Straighten your left leg to the best of your ability. Walking your hands to the left again. See how that feels there. And then walk back towards the front. One last little attempt at crow if you're trying them. Belly on thighs. Lift your back knee. Step your right foot forward. Sink your hips down. Lift your heels up. Hands down to the floor. And again, just slide the knees outside your triceps, outside your elbows, shoulders. Lean forward. Try to engage and lift. 3, 2, 1. Feet to the floor. Hips up to the sky. Long back. Exhale, fold down. Sink your hips down. Sweep the arms up. Chair pose onto the toes. Rise and relax the arms down. Take a moment to breathe and soften and relax. And then slowly roll your chin to your chest. Let your arms hang forward. Maybe your fingers touch the floor, maybe they don't. Begin to bend your knees. Soften down, roll on towards your back. And give the knees a big hug and a big squeeze. Lifting those heels, those soles of the feet up to the sky. Find happy baby. And then let those legs come down to the floor. Let them go long. Let them relax. Let the eyes close. Just letting everything surrender down into the earth. One final minute of relaxation, of breathing, of softening, of deliberately observing the breath. Perhaps just wriggling the jaw around as you do. Perhaps beginning to count a breath if that is something which feels good to you, feels useful to you, feels helpful to you. And then we'll slowly begin to now wriggle the fingers and toes, the wrists and the ankles, the soles of the feet and the palms of the hands. Drawing the knees up in towards your belly, giving them a big hug and a big squeeze. And then finding your way rolling up to a nice comfortable seated position. Spine tall, crown lifts. Hands rise in prayer up to your third eye. As we just fold forward down over our legs. Lokha Samasta Sukhina Bhavantu. May all beings be happy and free. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Namaste. Thank you all for joining me.